Gopālaka is the one who take care of the cows. In India at that time, this was one of the main professions, that you take care of the cows. And Buddha has taken the cows, or the Gopālaka, in number of occasions as the simile to illustrate, to explain the Dhamma. Once he said, "Don't be a cowherd to my Dhamma. If you just take care of the cows, you won't get the 5 benefits from the cows. You won't get milk, you won't get curd, you won't get ghee, you won't get the benefits, you just get the salary. Don't be a cowherd to my Dhamma." For the people who are just memorizing the Dhamma, for the monks who are just by hearting the Dhamma without putting them into practice. Buddha clearly explained. With this simile of the cowherd, he said, be the owners of the Dhamma, not just that one who look after it. Even his clan is called Gotama. Gotama is the, Go is again the cow, Uttama, the noble. Noble among the cows. In comparison, noble among the people. He compared, that clan is called Gotama in the sense that they are noble. Most people by birth, to indicate that they have used the simile of the cow. So the cows were representing one of the major or most important part of life at that time in India. And Buddha is a master of using similes. He is very capable of using the natural processes to explain his Dhamma. Now, in this particular sutta, Buddha tries to explain the way a cowherd, ignorant one, a foolish one, and an intelligent one, how they are sending the cows through a river, in a river, without any harm to the other shore, from one shore to the other shore. How the ignorant one destroys his cows, and how the wise one sends his cows safely across the river to the other shore. Using that simile, Buddha tries to explain the intelligent ascetics and the ignorant ascetics. How the ignorant ascetics cannot help their followers to liberation, and how the wise ascetic assist his followers for the liberation. Now that is which is coming in this sutta called Cūḻa Gopālaka Sutta, smaller version of the sutta using the simile of cowherd. Gopālaka is the cowherd, the one who takes care of the cows. Yeah. Now, once Buddha was living in Vajjian country at Cūḻa, on the banks of the river Ganges. Ganga, the river Ganges. On these banks, in the Vajjian country, in a place called Cūḻa, Ukkacela, Cūḻa. While residing in this place, Buddha addressed the monks, because Venerable Sir, they replied, because there was once a foolish Magadhan cowherd. Cowherd belonged to the kingdom Magadha. This cowherd, in the last month of the rainy season, in the autumn, without examining the near shore or the further shore of the river Ganges, drove his cattle across to the other shore in the Vedehan country at a place that had no ford. A ford is a place where there are sandy patches in the river. That means if you are walking walking in the river, there are places that you can rest. Sand have been heaped up. Sandbanks are there in the middle of the river. Yeah. Then the cattle bunched together in the midstream in the river Ganges, and they met with calamity and disaster. What happened is, he didn't check the banks of this side, how the water is, whether they are shallow or deep, whether there are sandy fords here and there that the cows can rest, because these rivers are like oceans, very vastly spreaded oceans. Rivers, oceanic rivers. Yeah. So this cowherd, who was in the Magadhan country, without checking this bank and the next bank, without checking for the sandy fords, without checking the water, he just sent the whole bunch of cows into the ocean, into the river, without investigating properly. What happened is that when the whole bunch of cows, these are hundreds of cows we are talking about, these hundreds of cows, in their rush to the other shore, they all got into the trouble. They were washed away. They faced the calamity. Why? He did not investigate. He did not know. He has no idea about this river. Indian rivers are very dangerous. Though there are no raining, flood happens. Why? The upper part of the country must be raining. In the southern, no rain, drought, no water, but it still floods. Because the upper country is raining. northern countries raining. Yeah. India is such. So you have to be very careful when you walk across a river. It looks like dry season, no much water, but still flood can happen any moment. And in this situation, this cowherd did not check the river properly. He did not investigate the river properly, and he led the cows to the disaster. Buddha says, so too bhikkhus, as to those recluses or Brahmins who are unskilled in this world and the other world. Unskilled in this world and the other world. What does it mean by this world and the other world? This life and the next life can be taken. Yeah? This life while we are living here, and what happened after this life. Yeah? It doesn't mean one planet and the other planet or something. Yeah, we know that, right? Unskilled in the Māra's realm and what is outside the Māra's realm. What is the Māra's realm? What is the Māra's realm? Māra's realm is the realm where the human beings, where a being is overwhelmed by the defilements. That's the Māra's realm. Māra's realm, Māra's rule, Māra's commandments work only in the existence where the desires function. Where there are no desires, Māra's realm doesn't work. There is only one realm that the Māra's commandments doesn't work. It is the Lokuttara realm, supramundane realm. In the Kamavachara realm, in the Kama sense sphere consciousness, in the human realm, in the hell, in the four hells, human realm, in the six Deva realm, in the Brahma realms. How many Brahma realms? 16 Brahma realms. Yeah? Do you know that there are 31 realms? What are these 31 bases, 31 realms in one world system, Buddhist world system? There is 31 planes of existence. We go from the lowest. What are the lowest? Four hells. Human realm. We are in the middle. We are in the middle of heaven and hell. Then comes the 6 Deva realms. How many now? 11. Then comes 16 Rupavachara, form, fine material realm. Then what is the number? 27. Then comes the Arupavachara, formless realms. 27 plus 4, 31. All these belong to the Māra's realm. Only the people who went ahead, went away, went beyond these 31 realms are the Lokuttara or the supramundane realms. What are the supramundane realms? Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahanta. Yeah? Stream winner or stream enterer, once returner, non-returner, and Arahant. 4 realms. These are the supramundane. Only the supramundanes are not in the Māra's realm. The rest 31 planes of existence. In this one Buddhist world system, there are 31 realms of existence. All these belong to the Māra's realm. Yeah, Māra's realm. So, ascetics who do not know the Māra's realm, what is the Māra's realm and what is not the Māra's realm? Unskilled in the realm of death and what is outside the realm of death. Again, these 31 planes belong to the realm of death. Realm of death. What does it mean by realm of death? One day, there will be a time that everything and everyone will die. Nobody has escaped from death in these 31 realms. Whether you are a Brahma, formless, still you die there. Whether you are a Brahma in the fine material, still you die. Whether you are a king of the gods there, still you die. Death is not something overcome in these 31 realms of existence. Yeah? That is why these are the realm of death. What is the realm of not death? Or what does not belong to the realm of death? Arahants. Arahants only. Even Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami still belong to the realm of death. Only the Arahants are not included to the realm of death. Now the question will arise, Buddha died, right? Buddha passed away, right? If there is a person who has no re-entering to a body, who is getting the freedom with the departure of the body, that person's death is not considered death. Do you understand what I mean? If a person who dies are going to be born, that death has a result. If the person who dies has no result, if that death is a freedom from suffering, it is not a death anymore. It is immortality already. Yeah? It is not a death anymore. So it is the physical death of the body. I mean the death of the physical body. The death of the physical body causes that being to enter into a new cycle of suffering. That is the death. If the death of a physical body causes a being to enter to the freedom, eternal freedom, immortality, end of the suffering, absolute end of the suffering, that is not a death anymore. Yeah? So it is not a victory for the death. It is a defeat of the death. That person dies consciously. That person get out of the body with the awareness, with the mindfulness. He knows that he is getting out of the body. It is not a death anymore. It is going for a long vacation. So Buddha's death is not considered a death. Buddha's death is just getting rid of the physical burden. We also get rid of the physical burden, but just to get another body, another physical burden. Right? We get rid of one physical burden just to get another physical burden to carry on. It is not a real freedom at all. It is jumping from one prison to another prison. It is keeping one burden down and taking another burden onto the head. It is the death of one physical body just to take another body. That's all. So Buddha's death is not considered as a death that happens to others. So what is the realm of the death and what is not the realm of death? And moreover, Buddha's death is a victory in the sense that he will never come back to the physical body ever again. It is a victory. Yeah? Māra cannot inflict, or the death is not inflicting suffering for him. Death is giving him an eternal bliss. Yeah? When the death gives you an eternal bliss, when the death is no more a suffering, you cannot call it, you cannot name it even a death, right? Because the idea of death for us is suffering. But the idea of the Buddha's death is not a suffering. It is getting rid of suffering. Yeah? It will lead to the harm and suffering for a long time of those who think they should listen to them and place faith in them. Buddha says, if someone doesn't know this world and the other world, if someone doesn't know the Māra's realm, what is Māra's realm and what is not Māra's realm, if someone doesn't know what is the realm of the death and what is not the realm of the death, right? And that particular Brahmin or that particular ascetic, whoever follow this particular Brahmin or ascetic will come into just to the suffering and harm. They will not get any benefit out of these people. Out of the ascetic who do not know this world and next world, who do not know the realm of the Māra and what is not the realm of the Māra, who does not know what is the realm of the death and what is not the realm of the death. Such an ascetic, whoever follow him, come into the harm and suffering, will not come into a beneficial bliss. Then Buddha says, there was a wise Magadhan cowherd. This cowherd, in the last month of the rainy season, in the autumn, after examining the near shore and the further shore of the river Ganges, drove his cattle to the other shore in the Vedehan country. From Magadha to Vedeha, he has to go across the river Ganges, and at a place that had a pond, he made, now this is also a big number of a group of cows, number of cows are there. This wise cowherd, when he was sending the cows safely across this river Ganges, he investigated the river and found a place where there is a ford, sandy ford, and in this place he did not send the whole group of people at once, whole group of cows at once. What did he do? He made the bulls, the fathers and leaders of the herd enter first. First enters the bulls, the fathers and leaders of the herd. Very strong, very powerful. Yeah? They were the ones who sent first. Right? Now remember, the first group to be sent was the bulls, fathers and leaders of the herd. They breasted the stream of the Ganges and they got safely across the further shore. Now then, he made the strong cattle and the cattle to be tamed enter next. The second one is the strong ones, strong cattle and the cattle to be tamed. And they too breasted the stream of the Ganges and got safely across the further shore. Third, he made the heifers and the young oxen. You know the heifers? She cows. Yeah? And they too safely went across. Then he made the cows and the feeble cattle. Cows and the feeble cattle. Enter next. Then he made the tender calf, just born and being urged on by its mother's loving. It too breasted the stream of the Ganges and got safely across the further shore. Yeah? Now these are the groups he sent. First, the bulls. Then second, the strong cattle and the cattle to be tamed. They are the strong ones. Then the heifers and young oxen. Then the feeble cattle. Cows and the feeble cattle. Then the last is the tender tender calf just born. Tender calf just born. Now these are the, how many groups? 5 groups of cattle he separated. Now these separated groups were sent according to the, in a sequence, in a separated groups. He sent them across the river. When the first group went, the strong ones went, they created the road. They created the road and they pushed the water a bit away. Then for the second group it is easier to push on. Then the third group much easier, fourth group, and even a little calf can follow. Even a little calf can walk on behind them. It is like cyclists when they are racing as a group. Time to time they change the position and somebody comes to the front and they face the wind. That person faces the wind. Others are cycling behind that first person. What happened? Then time to time, with the changing of the places, with the changing of the frontier, right? Others can ride easily. In the same manner, when you push the water, the bulls, when they push the water, others who are coming behind can have some easy movement. Yeah? This is how he did that. First the bulls, the second the strong cattle and the cattle to be tamed. Third, the heifers and the young oxen. Then the feeble cattle. And the last is the small baby cows, right? Now, these examples of 5 groups of cattle Buddha takes as his followers. Yeah? These 5 groups of cattle Buddha compares to his followers. So too bhikkhus, as to those recluses and Brahmins who are skilled in this world and the other world, skilled in the Māra's realm and what is outside the Māra's realm, skilled in the realm of death and what is outside the realm of death, it will lead to the welfare and happiness for a long time of those who think they should listen to them and place faith in them. Yeah? If there are recluses and Brahmins who knows what is this world and what is the world beyond, yeah? If they really know that, and if they know what is the Māra's realm and how to get rid of the Māra's realm, yeah? If they know what is the death, who is going to die and who is not going to die, yeah? Such a master, whether he is a Brahmin or whether it is a recluse, if you follow that master, those followers become blissful, joyful, and for the well-being of, it becomes their well-being for a long time. Because just as the bulls, the fathers and leaders of the herd breasted the stream of the Ganges and got safely across to the further shore, so too those bhikkhus who are arahants with the taints destroyed, who have lived the holy life, done what had to be done, laid down the burden, reached their own goal, destroyed the fetters of being, and are completely liberated through the final knowledge. By breasting Māra's stream, they have gotten safely across to the further shore. The arahants, bulls, are the arahants in this comparison. These arahants, they have got rid of, they are like bulls, they are very strong, and with that strength, they have got rid of all the challenges of the stream of the Māra. This stream, this oceanic river is Māra's realm. You have a lot of challenges coming on this way. And these arahants have got rid of or won over all the challenges of the Māra. What are the challenges of the Māra? Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikicca, Silabbata Paramasa, Kāma-rāga, Patigha, Rūpa-rāga, Arūpa-rāga, Māna, Uddacca, Avijja. These are the 10 strong forces of Māra, which causes someone to wash away in this stream of the samsara, in this river of the samsara. other than going across. When you walk across this river of samsara, if you try to walk across, what happens? These waves come and wash you away. Wash along with the stream, not letting you to go across. Right? In another sense, they are called bondages. Right? If there is an arahant, this arahant has to get rid of all these bondages, all these waves, all these obstacles. He has to destroy. Yeah? First one is Sakkaya Ditthi. Sakkaya Ditthi is what? False self-view. This is the strongest bondage. Because in the first place, we do not know who we really are. We know the one as I or as myself is the one we have created. Myself, based on the education I had, based on the society I grew up, based on the parents that brought me up, based on the brothers and sisters I had. That is the one I know as I. I do not know the real I. I know only the I, the created I. I know ego. I know the one I created myself with or based on the things I have. Maybe education, maybe the educational background, social status, the wealth, the money, the power, the prestige, the popularity. All these external matters which came into me after my birth created the person called I. That one I know. That is the one I think I am. But not, it is not. The one who came into this body without nothing, without anything, I do not know. I have not remembering that one. I have totally forgotten that one. Only the one I know is the one I created. That one is false. Once all these things that I called myself is gone, the one I created also gone. Ego tend to die even while I am living. Because my ego is based on the things I think I have, I think I possess, not the real one. So Sakkaya Ditthi is very strong because lifetime to lifetime we started creating this ego, creating this false ego, self-personality. Sakkaya Ditthi, if you translate, it is basically self-personality. Personality. It is all created with this birth. Whatever you have created after your birth, after you came into this world, cannot become true, cannot become absolutely with you, because when you are dying, you leave them behind and go. Hence, this is false. But we tend to hang on to this self-personality at the cost of our life. Because whoever thinks that I am is nothing but, that I is nothing but the one who created based on the possessions, education, studies, wealth, money, property. Based on these acquisitions, based on these accumulations, you created the I. So this concept is very strong within us. Lifetime to lifetime, we were strengthening this concept. We were not weakening that concept. Even a beggar has a false self-personality. He has his own self-personality. Maybe a small one, but still he has. Lifetime to lifetime, this personality, self-personality, or the view of self-personality is becoming stronger and stronger. This is the one of a very strong wave, force, bondage of the Māra that anybody can wash away in the samsaric stream, in the Māra's river of samsara. Yeah? Then comes the vicikicca, doubts, closed eyes. When you are jump into this inner sky, when you become an astronaut of your inner being, in this inner space, you are alone. No one is there. In this inner space, you are in utmost darkness. Doubts natural to arise. Sometimes the doubts is your strength. Sometimes the doubt is your excuse not to practice. And the doubt becomes the second most powerful obstacle for you not to practice, for you to stop your practicing, for you to be stuck somewhere on the way of your practice. Hence, the doubt plays the second major role, vicikicca. There are several doubts, especially the doubts about the master. Doubts about the master can cause all the other doubts to arise. If you doubt about the Buddha, you will doubt about the past life. You will doubt about the future life. You will doubt about your parents. You will doubt about the karma. You will doubt about this meditation. Doubts will hinder your progress. Doubts can push you away from the goal. Then the third one is silambata paramasa. That is the attachment to the righteous and rituals, rites and rituals. That is the third strong bondage, third strong veil. This attachment to the rites and rituals gives us the strength, though false, though not genuine, gives us the strength, false strength, that we can become successful, we can become safe, we can go higher, we can become better when you practice the rites and rituals. Isn't it? Name any rites and rituals, recall anything, you will find the desires are behind them. Rites and rituals are based on desires. So desires functioning in a disguised manner through rites and rituals. desire for here in this life to be fulfilled, or desires of the next life to be fulfilled. People are attached to the rites and rituals, and this is a very strong attachment. Kama raga, attachment to the sense pleasures. This attachment will pull you down to the 11 planes of sensual pleasures, to the 4 hells, to the human realm, as well as to the 6 deva realms. Your bondage to the sensual pleasures is the bondage to the sense realms, the realms of sensual pleasures. Very strong bondage. We are born out of sensual pleasures. We are living for sensual pleasures. We die unfulfilled by the sensual pleasures. We will die being unfulfilled of sensual pleasures. We will be doing good deeds sometimes for more sensual pleasures. If we cannot get today, that is why we say what? Heavens are nothing but man's unfulfilled desires. Man who couldn't fulfill his desires in this life, he projects his unfulfilled desires in the heaven. Never been fulfilled with the sensual pleasures. Kama raga, very strong. Then comes the opposite of kama raga, patigha. When your desires are not filled, when the things are happening not in your desired manner, anger arises, ill will arise, patigha arise. Patigha is the opposite or the next side of the kama raga, sensual pleasures. Think about anything that make you angry. Behind that anger is nothing but unfulfilled sensual pleasure, unfulfilled desire. When the desires are not being fulfilled, anger arises. You deprive somebody from the fulfilling sensual desires, that person is always angry type of person. So these are not opposite, anger and sensual pleasures. These are kith and kin. These are relatives. These are the two sides of the same coin. Kama raga and patigha. Then comes the rupa raga. Meditators who develop their concentration on the form. Sometimes there will be a time that you cannot get rid of the attachment to that form. Then comes the not so strong, but still it is attachment that you cannot get rid of the attachment to the form. Rupa raga. Even the meditators who have gone beyond the attachment of the form, but attachment is attachment. Attachment need a function. Though subtle, attachment wants to exist. So the attachment will be attached to the arupa, to the formless. Whether you are attached to the form or formless, still attachment. Not so strong as kama raga or patigha, but still this attachment can be a hindrance for the nibbana. Then comes the Māra, that is the pride. Meditators are, if they are not careful, the pride can arise them very easily. You can see there, pride is in the last category of these bondages. Even a Sotapanna has a subtle pride, sometimes strong pride. Even Sakadagami, once returner, has pride. Even a non-returner Anagami has a pride. The pride is functioning even in an Anagami. You can see how strong is the pride. More virtuous people become, more good they become, pride can become very strong. Sometimes the pride is not so strong in the people who are not so good. Pride is not much. Yeah. But people, when they are doing more and more good and being better, being excellent, the pride can become their bondage. Yeah. Then comes the Uddacca. Uddacca is the restlessness of the mind. Concentration is there, but still mind is not absolutely quiet, calm, serene, concentrated. It's the restlessness. Maybe not so strong, but still it is there. Then the last one is avijja, ignorance. Ignorance. Yeah. So these are the 10 waves of Māra, 10 bondages of Māra, that 10 obstacles of Māra anybody has to face when they jump into the stream of the Māra to walk or go across or swim across this stream. Buddha says, with the use of this simile of the bulls, the fathers and leaders of the herd, they had to face all the 10 obstacles of the Māra, obstacles in this river. Comparison, Arahants. The Arahants had to face all these obstacles, all these bondages, and breast them, and face them, overcome them, and go safely across to the other shore. The ones who did that, they are called the Arahants. The second to come is who? The young, strong cattle, or the cattle to be tamed are the second. The comparison is they are the Anagamis. They are the Anagamis, non-returners, Anagamis. These Anagamis had to get rid of these five obstacles. These 5 obstacles they get rid of. They get rid of these 5 obstacles. And they also become closer to, or become little closer, very much closer to get rid of the bondage or the realm of the Māra. Yeah? And the third one to come, the heifers, right? Young cows. They are the Sakadagamis. They also have to get rid of 3 Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikicca, Sīlabbata Paramasa, and minimize or reduce the energy of Kama, Raga and Patigha. These are the third to follow. The fourth are the Sotapannas. Sotapannas translated, some says stream winners, some says stream enterers. Stream winners or stream enterers. Sotapannas. Sotapannas have to get rid of Sakkaya Ditthi, Vicikicca, Sīlabbata Paramasa. These 3 obstacles. Yeah? Now, these 4 category of followers, yeah, they are for sure to get rid of the samsaric journey. Anagamis, never return. Once they are dead, they will be born in where? Suddhavasa. Suddhavasas. In there, they will become arahants. With their birth, they become arahants there. So arahants are there in Suddhavasa. If somebody wants to find arahants today, they have to go to Suddhavasa. Because the anagamis who passed away during the Buddha's time, anagamis, who non-returners, right? Non-return in the sense to where non-return? To the sensual pleasures, to the realm of sensual pleasures. They don't return. They will be born in the Suddhavasa. They have a body. They have a body. They will be born in the Suddhavasas. In the Suddhavasa, who are the others to be born? The meditators who achieve the fifth Rupavachara jhana. The fifth Rupavachara, fifth fine material jhana. Right? In the suttas, it is not fifth, it is fourth. Because suttas, they say 4 jhanas. In the Abhidhamma, there are 5 jhanas. So in the suttas, the 4th jhana. What is the content of the 4th jhana? Upekha, ekaggata. Upekha, the equanimity, and ekaggata, the concentration. Upekha, ekaggata is the contents. So if somebody achieve the 4th jhana or the 5th jhana, he will be born or she will be born in the Brahma realm. Right? In the Brahma realm. Which Brahma realm? Suddhavasa. Suddhavasa. How many Suddhavasas? 5 Suddhavasas are there. There are 5 Suddhavasas. So these arahants are like that. Never return. They will be automatically become arahants. With their birth in the Suddhavasa, they will get rid of these rest of the 5. Yeah? Sakadagami, once returners, they will come back only one more. Because they are kamaraga and patiga. The sensual desires and anger is not completely got rid of. They have attenuated. They have reduced the energy of it. So they have to come once more, and when they are born once more in the sensual pleasures, they will get rid of it. Right? Either become anagami or arahants. Then the sotapannas who got rid of sakkaya ditthi vicikicca silabhata paramasa. These sotapannas, they have to be born, they will be born maximum 7 times. Maximum 7 times. Within the 1 to 7 times they will get rid of the samsaric journey. So these are the followers of the Buddha. Followers of the one who knows this world and the next world, who knows the Māra's realm and what is not the Māra's realm, who knows what is the realm of death, who knows what is not the realm of death. Now there is one more group, isn't it? Because fathers of the herd was the arahants, then comes the young cattle or cattle to be tamed, cows and the feeble cattle. That is the 4th. That is the sotapannas, right? The last one is the babies, just born and being urged on by its mother's loving. The babies. Who are these babies? They also get rid of the stream. Though last, they also get rid of the stream. Buddha says Dhamma followers and faith followers. Dhamma followers and faith followers. Right? Dhamma followers and faith followers means meditators who have developed the meditation in such a manner they live according to the Dhamma. They live according to the Dhamma. Right? We are not even babies sometimes. Yeah, we are not even that the just born babies, right? If somebody lives really according to the Dhamma, they can be called Dhamma followers. But it happens through meditation. Through meditation. Right? With the meditation, this happens. People start living exactly according to the Dhamma. Right? According to the teaching. Those people are the comparison for the babies. Right? Now these are the 5 groups of cows who went across the river of Ganges from the Magadhan country to the Vedeha with the guidance of the skilled cowherd, because he knew how to send these groups without any, in the order, knowing the right place, knowing the place where there are sandy fords. The cowherd sent them in the proper manner, and they got safely across. With this comparison, Buddha showed 5 types of people who are his followers, and to these 5 types of people, Buddha teaches in a different manner. To the people who are the bulls, who are very strong, who are the leaders, they are the one who can destroy the waves of Māra in a very strong manner. You have to become strong as your defilements. If these defilements are stronger than you, if you are weaker than the defilements, how can you destroy them? You have to become stronger than the defilements. So the Buddha knows who are the strong ones, and Buddha sent them to destroy these defilements as a whole. Teach them the method, rigorous, strong, tough work they have to do to get rid of these defilements. And they are capable of, because they are strong enough. And Buddha knows the second group. What are their capability? The third group, what are their capabilities? Likewise, Buddha knows their followers. Buddha knows his followers, and he teaches them according to the capability. The last one, Dhammanusari, Saddhanusari. The one who lives according to the Dhamma, the one who lives according to the Saddha, the faith, confidence, according to their right, Saddha. They are not capable of the Arahants. If you send them to destroy these 10 defilements by the person who is only Dhammanusari, only Saddhanusari, who do not have the parami in the past lives, who are very feeble, very weak, like a just born baby cow, they will be drowned, they will be destroyed without any results, right? So the task given to those Dhammanusari, Saddhanusari, Dhamma followers, faith followers, are according to their capabilities. Yeah? That is how Buddha lead the cattle, lead the followers for their emancipation, for their Nibbana. That is how Buddha became so successful in guiding the followers to the right direction. Yeah. Because I am skilled in this world and in the other world, skilled in the Māra's realm and in what is outside Māra's realm, skilled in the realm of death and in what is outside the realm of death. It will lead to the welfare and happiness for a long time of those who think they should listen to me and place faith in me. That is what the Blessed One said. Sadhu.